Israel's Prime Minister is promising to respond strongly after the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah fired 2 missiles at an Israeli military port in the disputed Golan Heights. The United States believes the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah is holding, despite a number of incidents over recent days that have really tested that truce. Our Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran has more from Israel.
It's less than a week into a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon, and already both sides are repeatedly pointing the finger of blame at each other for risking that deal. Israel says Hezbollah continues to operate in southern Lebanon, and it's used 2 strikes today to combat the group, one of which, though, has hit a member and killed a member of Lebanon's state security forces, quite separate to Hezbollah. And we need to remember that as a result of this ceasefire, the Lebanese military and UN peacekeepers are meant to be moving into southern Lebanon to take control of the area. In response, Hezbollah has fired 2 missiles into the disputed Golan Heights region towards Israel's north. No casualties have been reported there, but Hezbollah says it was targeting an Israeli military asset there, a post there, in response to repeated ceasefire violations. So the fragility of this deal may well be showing at the moment, but the Israeli Foreign Minister, for his part, says that Israel is not to blame.
We hear claims that Israel is violating the ceasefire understandings in Lebanon. On the contrary, Israel is enforcing them in response to Hezbollah's violations, which demand immediate action.
On Israel's southern front, the UN's Palestinian Aid Agency is accusing Israel of creating an atmosphere where looters can and have been targeting aid convoys travelling through the region. UNRWA has stopped bringing in aid through one crossing in southern Gaza after some of its convoys were attacked by armed gangs. The lawlessness and lack of aid getting to communities which desperately need it is Israel's fault, according to UNRWA.
What's happened in that vacuum is we've seen families become looters in Rafah, and there's no counter to them. There's no police to call. Israel is the only power in Gaza that can create the environment necessary for the international humanitarian community to respond appropriately.
Israel has accused UNRWA of distorting the situation, insisting aid is getting into Gaza, that there is no limit to the amount of aid it will let into the territory, and that humanitarian organisations aren't doing enough to distribute it. The government is in the process of outlawing UNRWA. It will be banned from operating in Israel and the occupied Palestinian territories in the new year. And as the dispute over aid continues, so too do Israeli strikes in Gaza. Attacks in the north of the territory have killed at least 15 Palestinians. Israel saying it was targeting Hamas. Local authorities saying displaced Palestinians bore the brunt of those strikes. And news through today that the Israeli Defense Force is now presuming that an Israeli-American hostage is dead. Captain Omer Neutra was thought to have been taken by Hamas on October 7, but the IDF is now saying it believes he was killed on that day, with his body taken back into Gaza.